Okay, so today I'm going to make a simple bucksaw. I have a 24-inch blade. I believe this is the Sydney Rancher Aggressive. I just took down a sapling from a white oak. I believe it's a white oak. Definitely one of the more dense woods to use. I probably wouldn't actually recommend this. However, that's what's in my forest. So the first thing you want to do when choosing your material for a bucksaw is you're going to want something that's relatively light to chop down. Something I would recommend is tulip poplar. It grows incredibly straight and it's very easy to cut. When you're choosing the material, obviously if it grows straight up and down is what you're looking for. You don't want anything that's going to have a lot of nuts in it. When you're selecting a piece for a bucksaw, you're going to want to make sure that you have the crossbar and the two posts. So your crossbar has to be just under the length of the blade that you're using. So I have a 24-inch blade, and so I have approximately a 24-inch crossbar that I'm going to be working with. And then I have an extra piece that's going to be my post. So now I'm going to start creating the post. So the first thing I do when I'm making a bucksaw is I actually make the V-notches that are going to go inside the post first. The crossbar is going to sit in these V-notches. First, you're going to want to make a stop cut. And I'm going to do that on both of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blade. And I'm just going to very slowly and gently baton some of the material outside that cut on an angle. And then you're going to create something that looks a bit like that. You don't want it to go too deep, maybe about a third of the way in. Then I'm going to do it on the other one. So now I have two V-notches that face each other inside the vertical post. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing the blade. So using my knife, I'm going to put a cut into the post stick perpendicular to where the V cut is. Okay, so I'm placing the blade into the material, into that cut that I had just made, exposing the outermost keyhole for the locking bar. Okay, so now it's starting to take some shape. Okay, so now we're going to fit the crossbar. All right, so now I'm ready to place the crossbar. Oh, Jesus. So using my axe, I'm actually going to start making a wedge on each side of the crossbar. I now have a wedge on both sides. And now what I can do is I can place the crossbar in those V-notches. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some locking bars. And you could just use a vine or a green stick. You can use key rings. I'm going to windlass the top of this together and I'm almost done. Windlass is a mechanism that as it winds up, it essentially is going to be bringing in the outermost material. Windlass would be good for holding materials before you have to bind them. It's really great for bucksaws. It can even be used in primitive traps. So I just shaved down some spare oak and I'm going to wind up using that. So I have some 36 bank line. So I have some 36 bank line. That's going to be acting as a cordage for my windlass. So the easiest way to make a windlass is you're going to make a loop over the opposing post sticks and then you're going to start spinning it around and that's going to start creating the inward force. So the easiest way to make the windlass is you're going to make a loop around the post stick and by winding up and twisting that cordage, it's going to start forcing the post sticks to come inward. So that loop, however, is going to be holding a lot of tension. So it's a good idea to actually make a double loop. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So now that's 1 loop, 3, 4, and then, some for luck. So I'm going to make a double fisherman's loop. So I lay the opposing side of 1 loop onto the other side. I twist it around, and then I come around over itself. And now I'm going to take that little tag and put that through that X. I'm going to do that on the other side. Oh, when you tighten it. So now I'm placing the fisherman's loop over the post of our bucksaw. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the windlass. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start gently twisting that stick in the windlass. I don't have to keep flipping it over, just start out by twisting it. Still rocking a bit, so I want to keep tightening it. Oh, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Oh, break. So something I'm going to do real fast, I'm also going to put a whipping on the edge of this, and that's going to help this cut from riding up. Okay, there you have it. Simple bucksaw.